Welcome to one of the biggest weeks of the year in PGA, the Players Championship. We got a killer deal available for a limited time only where you can save 33% off of your first payment to a Run Pure subscription. By using the promo code PLAYERS33, you can knock 33% off your first payment on a Run Pure subscription. Our team has been crushing PGA since day one, and what better opportunity to join Run Pure Sports than a week where we will see some monster tournaments. Last year, BigT won the Players Championship Millie Maker, and our team has not slowed down since, with big wins from Hoop and AP, among others, making Run Pure's PGA team the most elite in the industry. Our members have been on fire too, shipping 2 Millie Makers in the past year. You can find all the best DFS players in our PGA Discord channel, chatting about weekly slates, so get in there today and access all the great info. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, make sure you head on over now, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when we go live for all of our free PGA shows. We cover main slate and Showdown, so whatever you are playing, we got you covered. Sign up today for a premium subscription to Run Pure Sports and take advantage of our promo for a limited time only. Use the promo code PLAYERS33 to knock 33% off your first payment on a Run Pure subscription. Thanks again, guys, and make sure you head on over to Run Pure to take advantage of that promo code, only available for a limited time, and find out why our members are crushing PGA by accessing our great premium content.
He's back! Number 12, Aaron Rodgers is back to the Packers. 4 more years of 12 to 17. That made my day this morning, so I had to get on the jersey. Very, very excited. And man, I'm just going to kick it right to you because you're a 12 fan. You're a Packers fan. It's one thing we share when it comes to sports. Talk about it. He's back. 4 years. Very, very excited. Devontae's obviously going to stay too. What are your thoughts, Mangone?
Yeah, Hoop, I forgot. Title gets really excited about this offseason news. He's in the Deer District.
Pre-show, I didn't talk about it at all.
He's saving it. He saved the excitement for us. He saved it all for us.
I expected him to be back. I just thought he was for sure back. But maybe, I would have, if he didn't return, I would have been very shocked. Just because maybe that's me just thinking through, all the locations and landing spots. But I just thought, there was nowhere that was a better spot. And people talk about the Broncos being a better spot. Dude, look at that division Russell Wilson has to fight through. That's a gauntlet. No one's going to want to try and go through that. I was excited to see that news, actually. I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. Russell Wilson finally got out of the spot he's in. So I guess maybe I was expecting more Rodgers to stay with them, but it's going to be fun. We'll see if it's actually 4 years. He likes to always mess with us and try and retire, but it'll be fun to not have to watch Jordan Love. I will say that. We don't get to watch Jordan Love. Very excited. And hey, I get to kind of see Russell Wilson in Denver here a little bit. Man, might have to make it out to a game to check maybe a Herbert Wilson battle or a Mahomes and Wilson. That'd be a fun game to go see.
Yeah, take Holden with you, and you'll have a lot of fun. You can watch that game 4 hours. Russell Wilson, that's always a good time. Nadesify in chat, he's very excited. A lot of Packers fans. Steve Coy's a Packers fan. Definitely am hype, Colin. Very, very excited. I know the trolls are going to be in the comment section talking about it too. And hey, that's fine. Rodgers, after last year losing to Jimmy G, you got to take some flack if you're a Packers fan for that. But
and listen, Title, it's better than watching Jordan. Just tell him you could have that or watch Jordan Love for 16 games. I'm good. I don't want to watch Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's just common sense. I mean, if people don't understand why Packers fans would be excited, that's on you, I guess. Hoop, I'll go to you. I don't know. I mean, is Rodgers finally going to win one? You had Stafford for a long time. You bet them all. You into the future. You called it. Can you put the good mojo on Rodgers this year, or what's going on?
I mean, it was a disappointing finish to the season for the squad last year. Maybe he comes back better. I don't know. He just seemed disgruntled at the end of last season, assuming this will make him feel better. $50 million a year. So yeah, excited for you guys. I mean, the Russell Wilson thing though, I think is a little bit more interesting. I mean, people blowing that up. I think there's a decent chance that Russell Wilson might not be that good anymore. Obviously it's going to be upgrade over what they currently have, but I don't think he is enough to get this team over the edge. a lot of it could be Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's a disaster, just an awful coach among many awful coaches in the NFL. So it's hard to say, but I don't think it's like I don't think he's an absolute lock to take this team to the next level.
Yeah, it makes sense. Mango, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, it's Russell Wilson. It's not NFL's stacked. I mean, it's really top heavy. It's tough to like get far and win. And Russell Wilson, is he enough, you think, for the Broncos?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely think that. I think the hoop's like not completely wrong. Like I think there's a chance, but like it's better than what was going on.
Correct. Yeah. No, I agree. It's better, definitely better than what's going on. But what was going on was a disaster. They make that move, and I'm assuming they think they're going to be contenders now. But man, you got the Chargers, obviously up and coming team. You got the Chiefs, who are going to be a premier team in the NFL. No matter what. Then you got the Raiders, who actually impressed last season as well. So it is a tough division. There's going to be disappointment in that division, and to me, I still think they're maybe the third best team there, maybe even the fourth.
It's a gauntlet for sure in that division. But the one thing to call out, I think Russell Wilson was a victim last year of his own success of just coming back from the injury so quick. Because I think he was playing hurt. So I think that was kind of playing a factor as well. Like if Russell Wilson takes his time back, probably not as much pressure. The season is washed, but he forced himself back in there and he was probably playing like more hurt than he let on. So I'm definitely curious to see how it all shakes out. I like when we have these changes. I know Title likes these changes. When Valanciunas went to the Pelicans, he got excited. So that joke will never get old, Title. So sorry.
That was my favorite day. Still one of my favorite days at Run Pier.
And the best part is we get the matchup tonight. Hoop, it's Valanciunas versus Adams.
Revenge. You better be all in on Valanciunas, Title. You better be all in.
You guys always make this joke, and like if we added up the amount of money all three of us have played on Valanciunas this year, yeah, it would be insane. So yes, it was a huge trade for what we do. I'm gonna stand by that.
You better. Hey, on DK, all your teams should have literally be forced to play Steven Adams and Valanciunas. You should have to go double center.
Speaking of adding up money, can we talk about the basketball game coming up? You still haven't wagered against me. I'm still hurt over here, and I want to see if we can get.
Last year, I get even money. Last year, Big T throws out. I got Matt going. Hoop and I snap call. Take the free cheese. Why now 3-1?
Cheese.
Now it's 3-1. Like what? Hoop said that. 2-1. I'll give you 2-1. I'll take some action, but
2-1. I'm in. Okay, we'll do it. Title.
Oh, damn! I got a bad number.
Yeah, see, that's how you negotiate. Hoop.
I want Title Bucks too bad. I want him back. He says always fade man go, and you weren't getting even on money. No chance. You said too many hurtful things. So we're
2-1. What do you want? Do you want my 2K to 1K? You want to book that now?
Well, I was going to ask. Well, while we're booking this, what's the big T price for you? I want to figure that one out too.
I heard it's even money.
Okay, it's even money. Okay.
You and Big T are even money.
That's what I heard.
After last year, even money.
He was minus 300 according to himself last year, so now the odds went back to, I guess. I
don't want to book a Big T bet till I hear some other books. So let me shop those first. But I'm in on the 2-1. I'm in on the 2-1.
I wouldn't book Big T at even money. Like if that's the going number, I'm gonna.
I don't know what people are putting out there. I just wanted even.
I haven't heard enough.
I was gonna give that even money to my friends who are looking for action. So that's what I was about to do. But 2-1, if you want to book in. I'm in. Dude, my 2K to 1K. Is that what you want?
I want it. Does it come with the Big T bet too? I want to make sure with that. You were sounding like you wanted to do that as well. What if I don't want to bet you versus Big T? What if I want to do it against another book? Are you going to stiff me? I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get that action. That's not guaranteed.
So this is what we'll do. We got a week until. Let me shop around on the Big T number. I haven't heard many official numbers. I haven't heard it talked.
No one's betting. Everyone's just talking. I'm the only one that's trying to it's all like that's the thing that drives me nuts. Like people need to start putting money where their mouth is. Like we're now a week and a half away. The talk's over. Like you start backing your horses, people. If you're at Run Pier, you're a coordinator in this chat. All I see is this. No one's putting dours down. Now it's time to go. Even it doesn't have to be a ton. I mean, get a little action. You got to start backing your horses.
Let's do this Title. Let's do for now. We can increase it if we want. We can go back to the window. We'll do 500 on me 2-1. I'll do 500 on Big T versus you. And we'll go with that. So that way, I think that's 500
straight up, and then my 1K to your 500 for you and Rubio.
Yep. We'll do that. I'm in on that.
Fair.
We'll start there. We can keep moving. And Hoop, I agree. No one else is putting money up. I hear all these people chirping. And if you're a member, you chirp in the chat. You haven't DM'd me. It's open to bet you guys. I'll bet members. I'm happy to do it. There's tons of ways to get this down, but we're getting a week away. We got to see it. We got DC playing Dunkel. So that's one of the matchups. We got Big T and Title. That's the big one. We got Mr. Deadfoot over there, Hoop, and JSU, no shoes. We got me and Rubio. I mean, we got tons and tons.
You and Uncle T too, right? Isn't that locked in? You and Uncle T?
Yeah, that's not going to be on the main day. That'll be another day. That'll be like a couple days later when money's been exchanged. Maybe we'll put some bets on that. I'll have something with him there. And I think we have 5 points against Rubio too. I booked that one earlier. So at least I'm getting 5.5 against him as well. Uncle T is chirping. So start betting some bets, guys. It's going to be
so the spread's 5.5.
That's what Rubio did with me. Yeah, we did.
Oh, so you guys did 5.5. So
he couldn't I don't know. He couldn't put a money line down one. I don't know. He was like just being annoying about it. Maybe I'll be able to book it at some point with him on a money line, but we did the 5.5. I'm sure we'll do a money line at some point.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
It'll definitely be fun. And people in chat, Mangone's calling you out. If you guys keep calling Mangone going out, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Slide in Mangone's DM. It can be what, $20 to win $10. It doesn't have to be a lot of money at all. Whatever you want. Slide into Mangone. And hey, when Rubio ships for us, Rubio, I hope you're watching. Rubio ships for us again. The members, you'll feel good with the little Mangone bucks. I'll tell you that. They are tasty indeed, right, Mangone?
They're tasty, and if you beat me, you show me a picture of the lunch you buy. I mean, you'll be able to buy a lot of lunches, Hoop. So, and are we getting lunch with Uncle T, Hoop? Does he still owe you money? Because he owes me.
I'm still owed lunch. So maybe we'll have to do like a Saturday afternoon lunch date with Uncle T.
Oh, I'm in on that. Definitely. Yeah. We're getting lunch on Uncle T. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it'll be a good time for sure. But today, good slate. Well, we got 6 games. Before we dive into it, let's get into the promo code. And there was a new addition to the promo code yesterday. Players 33 we came out with for the Players tournament this week. Players 33 gets you 33% off your first month. It also includes a SaberSim package though, which I wasn't sure about yesterday. That product's really good. It's tough for them to want to do a little deal, but 33% off we got. This is only open until Sunday. So make sure you get in when the Players ends on Sunday. The code's going to be gone. So Players 33% off your first month with the SaberSim package that is included as well. Talk about the golf hits recently. John Galt won the golf queue. AP won $50,000. AJG12991 won $100,000. JN Gingery 912 won $275,000. Those are all in golf. Huge prize pools this week. Shows today, shows tomorrow. Player pools will be on the site. So definitely going to dive into that. And then MMA hit $8,000. Raul, he was in the Discord. $8,000. He took home the queue. Congrats to you. And then the man, $100,000 in NBA. Saw some good NBA hits yesterday too. I mean, this time of year, LeBron James, all these people where we think they might play, they're questionable, blah, blah, blah. He gets ruled out at 6:01 Central, 7:01 Eastern yesterday. The whole slate flips on its head. We're in Discord answering a bunch of questions, updating cores, a bunch of stuff comes out. That's what you have to do. I mean, other sites don't have a Discord like that. The whole slate changes when something like LeBron is ruled out. We update everything, get you on the right track. And yeah, that's when the edge is there. The live show goes on until 7:30, 7:45. Whenever like the slate really calms down, the guys are on there all the way up until that answering questions. So yesterday, very good night. You got to get in the Discord. That's the best part of it, including the playbook, all that stuff. But Discord's my favorite part. Players 33% off. That's enough rambling though. Hit that big like and that big red subscribe button while you're at it too. 6 games on a Tuesday. I definitely will not complain. Some pretty good ones. So let's dive right into it. The Brooklyn Nets, Charlotte Hornets. Big boy total at 240. Brooklyn is favored by 4.5. On the Charlotte side, Gordon Hayward, Book Knight, Jalen McDaniels. No, Book Knight, Hayward out. Jalen McDaniels is questionable. Going to the Nets side, Cameron Thomas, questionable. Then Joe Harris, Aldridge, Simmons are out. It's a home game, so Kyrie and KD are going to be back. Hoop, I'll go to you. I've done enough talking. I'll just say the floor is yours. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean it's a good game, 240 total, and you look around and I don't think ownership's going to be all that high in this game. I think there's we got the Suns game up next. Like a lot of ownership on the slate's going to go to the Suns, and rightfully so. Like they deserve to be highly owned, but we got a 240 total here, relatively close spread, and that's favored by 4.5, which I kind of think is too low. I think the Nets kind of start to go a little bit. I mean, they're going to have the two best basketball players on the court in this game, so I do kind of like the Nets to win this game and cover that spread. But in terms of DFS, it is kind of tough to distinguish some plays, but I really like Kevin Durant here tonight. 11.1K, right back to full minutes. And we've seen this time and time again. Like a lot of times if guys come back from injury, teams kind of ease them in. With Durant, when he comes back, he's back 35 minutes and then played 39 last game. Against a tough Boston defense and put up 61 fantasy points. So I think Durant is a really good play. Kyrie came back and played 37 minutes, a little rusty, 8 for 18 shooting, but he's just going to get better. And at 10K flat, I have interest in it. And then you're going against a Hornets team that doesn't play much defense. And the Nets are projected to score 122 points. So like Durant a lot, and I like Kyrie, and it's almost looking like we might see these guys come in at lower ownership. Now the problem after that is, with Kyrie in there, with Kevin Durant in there, it's just very difficult to play any other net. So be focusing on those two guys. They still have a lot of other bodies too. And, Andre Drummond's not getting like any minutes. Seth Curry, had that hot start when he came over, but that was when everyone was out. Now these guys are back and he's going to be third, fourth wheel. So hard to play the other nets, but really like Durant and even Kyrie. And then on the Hornets side, a difficult team. I mean, they're pretty close to like full strength. I mean, the only guy I think I can probably play would be LaMelo at what is he? He's 8.7 on DraftKings. I think that's a fine price tag, not like a core player or anything, but definitely a guy that I'll be playing in MME tonight. Miles Bridges, maybe like a fringe type play. Plays a lot of minutes. His production has kind of been all over the place. I mean, a hot start to the season as well, but they just have so many dudes. So it's really hard to pay the 7-9. So Durant's my favorite play in this game. Kyrie is my second, and then LaMelo would be my third. But it's a 240 total, like I said, and I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of ownership here.
Yeah, I definitely like it. And then the KD price on FanDuel is only 10.3. So if you like him on DraftKings at 11.1, you'll definitely like him on FanDuel at 10.3. Then Hoop, I got one question for you. You said no to Drummond. DK is 5'8". I totally agree. Does that 4 or 5 price tag make a difference for you? Or is it just like Westbrook where you don't care what it is? I just don't want to play it.
It's really sad. It's getting to we talked about it yesterday, getting to that point in the NBA season where FanDuel just says, fuck it. We're just rolling the prices for a week and just leaving them the same. And you get some really, cheap price tags like Durant at 10.3, the Stars, they're doing a great job for a while too. Very aggressive pricing, which is good, but the Stars aren't high enough. Giannis at 11.9. Drummond, 4 or 5, I think is certainly in the conversation tonight, but overall just poor pricing on that site. LaMelo 7.8K, like that's too cheap as well. So a lot of cheap guys, but Durant at 10.3 is a very strong price, or very solid, makes him a very solid play.
Yep, definitely. Man, go and I'll head over to you. Do you like KD, Kyrie, LaMelo? Big total, pretty close spread. What do you see?
Yeah, 240 total. It feels like, hey, 240 total, like push the chips in, but not so fast. Like, I mean, we don't really want to load up on this game, I don't think, today, because there's a lot of value based on news. I think, Kyrie, KD, like you could always make an argument they could have a ceiling game, but I think there's way better studs to go to on this slate than those two. I don't mind Andre Drummond at 5.8K. Big men against the Charlotte Hornets, they absolutely eat. So I think it's a good spot for them. We were talking in the Discord chat. Someone was saying, hey, I think Nick Claxton closes the game out. And I was like, if you play if Nick Claxton is going to close today, I'm going to push my chips on him. I mean, I'm going to go get married and play 300 lineups tonight. I mean, Nick Claxton at 3.2K, if you tell me he plays most of the time, I'm in on that. So I think he's definitely, between him and Andre Drummond is really good options. I think they're like two of the best nets in this game. I don't even mind Bruce Brown at 5.3 as like a contrarian option, but not someone I'm jamming onto my teams. I really like these big men the most because, hey, Charlotte Hornets, they've been really bad against bigs all year long. And then LaMelo Ball at 8.7. I've seen some chatter about him today, but I'm just not as excited to roster him because I know what the downside can be with him compared to some of these other studs. I just don't think I need to go to LaMelo Ball today. Terry Rozier at 8.2. He could certainly pop off for a ceiling game. I mean, if the game is going to stay close, I'm sure Terry Rozier is part of it because he's going to make a lot of shots, but this is not a game I'm looking to load up on. I really think that these next two games at 7:00 lock are way better. And we have injury news that could come in the Pelicans game. And there's some speculation from a lot of people and kind of myself too, that the Bucks hit some guys against the Thunder, where I think locking in this 240 total is probably not the greatest idea on this slate.
Definitely bring up a lot of good points for sure. The one thing though, like, it's not like yesterday's slate where there's 2 games at 7, 1 game at 7:30. We can kind of wait for later. A lot of the news is you're not going to be able to ignore all these 7 p.m. Eastern games. So the reason to fade it isn't just because like you just want to wait for a 7:30 lock, 8 lock, but it is because there might be other news later where you might pick some of the value pieces or some of the other spots in the next 2 games, and then have some roster flexibility for the Ingram news and possibility of the Bucks news. So that's what Mangone's saying. I definitely do agree. The next game on the slate, 7 p.m. Eastern, Phoenix Suns, Orlando Magic, 221.5 total. Phoenix is favored by 6.5. On the Orlando side, Jalen Suggs is questionable. On the Phoenix side, this is where the slates talked about Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Cam Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, Dario Saric are all out. It's impossible to ignore these Suns value. Campaign, he's going to be 90% owned. I think all 3 of us are going to say it's impossible not to play him. Tournaments, cash games, that's just how I'm approaching it. There's Jay Crowder, Shamet, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, Mangone, I'll go back to you. You didn't like that first game nearly as much. The Suns game you can't ignore for sure. What pieces do you like? How many is too many? And then anybody on Orlando you'd run it back with.
Yeah, I like the Suns here. The Suns are definitely going to be a good play. A lot of people understand that the Suns are a good play today. It's not a secret. There's no Cam Johnson. That's going to be really big. And I think with no Cam Johnson, the guy that kind of fills that void of like the next ball handler, I think it's Mikal Bridges possibly is the guy that kind of gets like a little bit of that second unit run. If you look at this starting lineup, it's Payne, Shamet, Bridges, Crowder, and Ayton. And the bench, it's Holiday, Craig, McGee, Biyombo, Ish Wainwright, and the old maybe Elf Payton revenge game, but he has not played much. So I doubt he's actually going to get run, where I think that Bridges is the guy that kind of comes out early, or let's say they pull campaign a little earlier. Like, I think that those are like, that's like the secondary ball handler for them. That's what it feels like, where I think Mikal Bridges is a really good play, going to play a pile of minutes. Campaign, another one that I really like in this spot. DeAndre Ayton at 6'6". Definitely a good spot for him. It just depends what you want to do with the center position on this slate. And then Jay Crowder at 5'1", not a bad last guy in. Landry Shamet is 3'7", and I see the shooting guard position is being currently used a ton with Landry Shamet. I think he's kind of like that last guy out, probably my least favorite Sun of the starting 5, where I think that's a great way to get different. Like, spending at the shooting guard position for some guys in the later games is kind of the route that I'm currently looking at. So Landry Shamet is my least favorite. I'd say my favorite 2 are Payne, Bridges. Ayton's like right behind him, and then Crowder's probably like down the next tier. And then the tier below is Landry Shamet. That's really how I think I'd be ranking the Suns today. And then on the Magic side, Magic have been playing a lot better basketball. They got Markelle Fultz, who's playing that 15 to 20 minutes off the bench, which I think is really nice for them. And I actually think the Magic not only keep this game competitive, I think they might win this game outright just because they're playing a lot better basketball. It's a core group of young guys that have been getting better throughout the year. So, and it's a Suns team that they're missing Cam Johnson. And with missing Cam Johnson, I think that's going to be like one of those like last things that really kind of hurts them a bit. And I just looking at that bench, it's so brutal, where I think this Magic team definitely competes for most of the game, where you want to play some Suns. And I don't mind maybe a Magic run back, like a Biyombo at 5'5" certainly has the upside to get the job done. He's going to pull DeAndre Ayton away from the hoop and have some open threes. I'm sure you're going to see Wendell Carter at 7'7". Feels really expensive, but he has been getting the job done. So it's not the worst idea to go to him. I don't know if I want to play the guessing game with all these different guards, but ultimately I think that one Magic run back is not the worst idea with playing like 3 Suns. And I lean 3 Suns is my favorite. I don't think 4 is the route I want to go. If I can only play one team tonight, 3 Suns would be the sweet spot for me.
I like it. Definitely a very good breakdown. 3 Suns makes a lot of sense. Hoop, I'll go to you. Talk about this game because it's impossible to ignore these Suns prices.
Yeah, I mean, solid breakdown there. I mean, you're going to need Suns tonight. There's no way around it. You're going to want, at least 2 and probably 3. And if you're in like some smaller field stuff, I think you can even, play 4. Okay, you got a team here, tons of injuries, obviously no Paul, no Booker, no Cam Johnson. Ran a really tight rotation last time out. So all these starters are just locked into heavy minutes, assuming the game stays close, which It's only a 6-point spread. So it's 6.5. So that's not indicating that, a blowout is super likely here. So you want, like I said, at least 3 of these starters in your lineups tonight. Payne is the best play, I'd say. Then probably Ayton, Crowder, Shamet, Bridges. Bridges is going to be the lowest owned, I'd assume. But man, like he plays so many minutes. In 43 minutes last game, he'll just play a ton of minutes. So I think they're all really, really solid plays. I would stick with the starters, though. The guys off the bench just aren't getting enough run. Like I said, just a tight rotation. Then on the Magic, yeah, it makes sense in tournaments, especially the large field tournaments, to have some of these Magic guys in your player pool, especially knowing we're going to be heavy on the Suns. So if Suggs is out, Anthony obviously gets a big boost. Wagner gets a big boost as well. Probably more interested in these guards opposed to the forwards. I would have Wendell Carter in the player pool, but not as excited for him. So, this slate is definitely all about the Suns, and then the next team too. We're going to talk about the Cavs, who they're in a really good spot as well. But you need some Suns in your lineup tonight.
Yeah, definitely. You can't ignore these 7 p.m. Eastern games like you could yesterday. Before we get into the next game, 384 watching, 121 likes. Hit that like button. I'm going to say 250 again. 250 has been a solid number. You guys easily can get that. Not asking for too much. So 250 likes. And while you're doing that, that big red subscribe button to the bottom right, hit that as well. You'll be notified when we go live. Hoop, you got a golf show tonight. Talk a little bit about that golf show, what the people will see on that.
Yeah, real big event, obviously, this week, the Players. This was the scene of the crime where Big T took down that Millie, and we're going to be looking to go back-to-back this week. Multiple Millie contests this week. So content starts tonight with the show. Me, AP, Snyder. I'll give a full breakdown of the field. Start digging into this thing, talk about the weather. It does look like there is going to be some weather this weekend, rain and some wind. As well. So there's a lot to digest. And like I said, the content for Run Pure really starts tonight. And then a lot of the stuff on the website will be going up tomorrow morning and then throughout the day. You'll see my cash chart will be up tomorrow morning. Big T's player pool will be up. We'll have the playbook polished up. We'll have our tiers. I know Mangone puts some work into the tiers part. We have our core plays as well, slate write-ups. All that's going to be out tomorrow. And yeah, it's a big event, massive prize pools. We got the promo going, Players 33, which gets you 33% off your first payment at Run Pure Sports. Any package on the website for weekly or monthly. If you want to do just the DFS, you can do that. DFS and bets, DFS bets, Saber Sim. So any package that we offer for weekly and monthly, you can use that promo code on. So yeah, come on over, check it out. All the content will be dropping tomorrow.
Yep, Players 33, that is 33% off your first payment. Can use Saber Sim with it. I got a quick question. Hoop, Mangone, I'll go to both of you. Hoop, I'll start with you. The better chance at winning a milli this week, maxing the 25 or putting one in that 222? What would you say?
I would say better chance at one in the 222.
Mangone?
You don't have,
Yeah, it's one. I'd say it's one in the 222 for sure. If you are gonna play that $25, max it though. Like take stands, man. Like you're trying to win a million. Like, it's such a top heavy payout. Like when you're right on something, you want to be rewarded for it. So like, and that's a lot of the case in DFS, but especially in these really, really top heavy prize pools, when you're right, you want to be really rewarded. So make sure to go overweight on your guys. Don't play too much of the field. Don't do like 80 guys in the field and like spread them out. That's just the wrong way to do it, I think, for this contest.
No, for sure. I decided, because that's what I was debating. I decided the 222. And I had to jump in. The PGA content's been so good. There's a little narrative streak going on. Big T won this last year. Keep it in the RPS household. So, hey, I threw one in there. I'm excited for it. But I agree with you, especially with golf. When I do my 150 and that $5, my player pool is probably the smallest in that whole tournament, with a couple of the RPS guys maybe. You just can't play a ton of golfers. It really does not make sense to me. That's why the ownership's so spread out. But definitely do agree with that, Mangone. Golf show though this week. You'll hear a lot about golf. It's one of the best sports at RPS. When you got a couple milli makers for the week too, big tournament, it'll be talked about. So Players 33% off. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button too. But next game on the slate, this is the third game that locks at 7 p.m. Eastern. Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana Pacers, 223 total. Cleveland is favored by 3. On the Cleveland side, Jarrett Allen, Karis LeVert are out. Rondo is questionable. Going to the Indiana side, Miles Turner out. Duarte, Lance Stevenson, and Goga are all questionable. Hoop, I'll go to you. You were talking about some Cavs. I think you're talking about the front court guys. No Jarrett Allen, Mobley, Kevin Love, Lauri Markkanen, I think all make some sense. Darius Garland's been playing pretty good basketball. What do you see on the Cavs and the Indiana side?
Yeah, I've got Jalen Suggs ruled out, so boost to Cole Anthony and probably Franz. On the Cavs, yeah, I mean it's the front court. No Jarrett Allen and Lauri Markkanen back immediately steps into played 37 minutes last time, 38 minutes, 41 fantasy points. You got Kevin Love, who's always high usage, and then Evan Mobley. I think all three of those guys strong options tonight, and even Cedi Osman. Cedi Osman will play 30 minutes, and he's been solid at 4.5K. Like you can't beat that, and that's where it's going to end though for me on the Cavs. I think I think the bigs, Love, Mobley, Markkanen, all very solid plays. Mobley, I think obviously the safest, but the most expensive. Cedi Osman would be the fourth guy I look at here. It's just to me a very clear cut situation here on the Cavs. Like those guys are strong options. I think you definitely want exposure to, one of these bigs in all your lineups. I feel very confident in saying like one of these guys is going to have a slate winning performance, whether it's Markkanen, Mobley, or Love. So I want one of those guys probably in every lineup I build, and I'm okay with multiples. On the Pacers side, no interest for me really. I mean, I'm not seeing too much that kind of stands out. Brogdon's been pretty good since he's been back, but 7.8K. He'd be the one I'd play, but I'm not super excited about that. So to me, it's very clear. So the Cavs front court, and I want heavy exposure to him.
Van Gogh, do you agree?
Yeah. Before we go into that, let me just say this. If you're a member of Run Pure Sports and you're not in the Discord chat, Discord was down earlier. JP, so I made a joke in the chat. I said the Nick Claxton, if you told me he's going to close, I'm going to get 300 lineups tonight. I'm going to get married tonight. And so JP said he's giving out, I believe he's given out $66 on DK. So he's giving out to 2 low bankroll players. Get in the Discord chat. You describe my perfect wedding. So there you go. That's the joke that we're running with apparently in the chat. Someone's giving away free money. So you have to go in the Discord and describe my perfect wedding.
He's always doing fun stuff like that too. It's really JP. Yeah, JP. That's really cool stuff.
I was trying to figure out why people were like saying that my wedding would be at 10 p.m. during the NBA All-Star break while so I get my NHL lineups in and I'm wearing a snapback. I thought I was wondering what was going on. And then I just saw more people doing it. And then I realized, we're doing a giveaway. So giveaways going on during the show. I mean, just these are things that happen when you're a Run Pure Sports subscriber. So get in to get some free money there. Let's talk about the Jalen.
I do like your retweet though. I was thinking about saying something along those lines about, out here grinding out the $1 million YouTube profits. That was a good one. I mean, what a fucking clown.
I thought about that when I saw the tweet, Hoop. I thought about you.
That's stuff like that. I mean, just the condescending tone, like talking about everyone's work and how it's lazy in the industry and blah blah blah. And the dude prefaces it by saying he made $1 million on YouTube. He gets like the same views that we get. I can tell you one thing. I'll be very honest with you guys. We're not pulling in $1 million from YouTube, not anywhere close to that. Neither is that clown. So that is just a massive, massive lie right out of the gate.
Yeah, definitely some interesting stuff going on social media. Big T's also broke now, apparently. If you saw that on social media, his crowns are gone. He's lost all the money since the Millie. There's a lot of fun going on for sure over here at Run Pure. But
as long as he has that 10K extra, and then the house can go for sale.
You better have escrowed the 10K to give the title.
That better be on the side.
I'll make sure his kid Grayson still has some practice. Still has a shooting coach, but after that, that's it.
Oh yeah, and make sure Grayson gets some lunch too. For the next week.
He'll get it. Uncle T's got the family good cooking too. So.
That's true. But we should talk about the Cavs and the Pacers, and one reason to talk about it is because. Like if you lock into Suns, right? Like, and this is why I was kind of talking about this on the bet show. Like, I kind of like the idea of playing 2 or 3 Suns just because like, let's say you play 2 or 3 Suns, then you play 1 or 2 Cavs, like you're starting to lock into spots where like there is some news that could hit that could be important. But if let's say I don't go like 6 of these guys, right? Like 3 Suns and 3 Cavs, or like maybe even 5 of them all together. Like that way I still have some flexibility, but I also still have exposure to these good plays where like, let's say Brandon Ingram does get ruled out in the next game. Well, then I gain some value there. That's really interesting. Then let's say that the Bucks happen to sit some guys late. Well, then that gets a little bit intriguing. So I definitely like some of these Cavs. The list goes, I'd say Evan Mobley and Kevin Love are like the 1 and 2 for me. Depends kind of how it shakes out with your lineups, but I think that attacking this Indiana front court is smart. There's no more Jared Allen, so that's good for those 2 guys. So I think at least one of them is not a bad option to go to. I don't mind like a Cedi Osman for cheap, but not someone I'm jamming onto my teams. That's probably like the 3 guys I like the most. I don't love the price tag on Garland at $9K. I think that's unnecessary to spend on that. If he hits the ceiling, so be it. I'm okay to kind of just move on to the next slate. And then on the Pacers side, I'm not in love with a lot of these guys. Like maybe a Halliburton as a spend up at the shooting guard spot isn't bad, but the problem is like, I want to save that for CJ McCollum, I think, because he's someone that when we talk about in the next game, I'll mention him because I think he's going to be a really good play that might gain some lower ownership. But one pacer I want to discuss is we were talking about on the bet show a little bit about it was Jalen Smith. And like, I know he's been playing pretty decent, but he's 5.6K. And if you look at his minutes, 25, 37, 28, 29, he's one of their younger guys too, where like, if the game happens to blow out, he'll get run. And I think he gets run no matter what. And on top of that, Cleveland is missing Jared Allen, where I think that front court could suffer a little bit more. If Jared Allen was in there, I'd be a little more concerned, but I think Jalen Smith at 5'6" could be a really contrarian option that just gets you different right away. And then you could eat a lot of chalk plays. And of course, if you play a Kevin Love, then you like run it back with a Jalen Smith. Maybe they each get like really good rotations and you don't like lose rotations based on the blowout. So ultimately, I don't love a lot in this game, but I think it's really starting with Evan Mobley, Kevin Love. Don't mind Cedi Osman as a cheapie. And then maybe a Jalen Smith as a run back. But again, I like some of these later games and some options, especially in this Pelicans game that we're going to talk about here shortly.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. And it'll be interesting if we get this Pelicans news before lock. We should. It's 30 minutes after, but you do never know. But on the Up to Lock show, they'll break it down. They'll be on when the news does hit. So another reason to sign up. And right on cue, Tyler Smith in YouTube says, guys, help me. I'm new to this and want to get a membership. I'm only wanting a membership with DraftKings lineups. Which membership is that? So Tyler, we don't give out full lineups for DraftKings. There's core plays where you get a core plays of 5 people. 6 people on FanDuel, so it leaves a couple spots from each of them or from multiple other coordinators. Then we have a playbook that goes through the whole slate, a little breakdown game by game, the total, all that stuff that someone does each day. We have a cash chart in the Discord. We have a lot of plays, so we don't give full lineups. But if you head over to Run Pure Sports, it's the main package. It's all sports. You get the golf cores, you get MMA cores, NASCAR cores, all the playbooks and stuff like that. Not giving out full lineups, core plays, and then other content, the Up to Lock show, Discord, a bunch comes with it, but it's not full lineups. If you head over to Run Pure Sports, though, make sure you use that promo code PLAYERS33, and then I'll get you the 33% off your first month. You can get SaberSim, the optimizer too, with that package as well. So hopefully that answered questions, Tyler. If you have any other ones, put in the YouTube chat. I'll help you out. Simon will help you out, or someone will. Next game on the slate, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, New Orleans Pelicans, Memphis Grizzlies, 230.5 total. Memphis is favored by 6.5. On the Pelican side, Brandon Ingram is questionable. Very big news on the slate, of course. On the Memphis side, Dillon Brooks is out. Yeah, I mean, if Brandon Ingram's out, obviously CJ McCollum's been playing really good ball. The Steven Adams Joe Val joke you guys are saying, I mean, it's not going to just write itself. It might be the day that you jam in these 2 centers, goes to OT, and you print. I don't know. Herb Jones, I know some people played him yesterday. He just did okay, 4.6K. Again, he's a guy. If Brandon Ingram's out, I think he gets a big bump. If Ingram's in this game, I think you could play Ingram. He's shown upside. He'd probably be low owned, but the game definitely wouldn't be as interesting for me. Mangone, I'll head to you. What do you like in this game?
Yeah, sorry, Title. I'm very distracted. We're coming up with wedding ideas for me. Hoop, I have a great proposal. Let's have Big T be my groomsman, and he's in the DK collared shirt. That would be just absolute gold, right, Hoop?
Yes, the gym shoes, basketball shoes, the gym shorts, and the DraftKings polo. Yeah, absolutely. We need someone to dig up that freaking picture. It's the best thing ever. It's like at one of the kids' kindergarten roundups or something. All the kids are dressed nice. The wife and daughter have a nice little dress on. Son has a polo shirt on with some khaki, and you got Big T there. He's got the freaking basketball shoes, the gym shorts, and the DraftKings polo on. My favorite family picture of the knee house. I gotta find that.
It's on. I'll find it on Facebook. I have to dig it up. It's got to be there. So
wow, he found a good one with Amber. There is 99% of white. You would have zero chance to get out and do that. I mean,
I say it all the time. I mean, literally. I mean, Amber, absolute angel, absolute angel, and what she has to deal with Big T. I mean, wow. Just amazing
it's
stuff.
Not just you, Hoop. They're not, like I said, 99%. That is something. I haven't seen that one. I want to see that.
Uncle T's in the chat. He said he's going to find it for us.
Oh, it's the best. I think.
It's so good.
I'm getting close, but what game are we talking about? I'll look when Hoop's talking.
Talk to me first.
Pelicans. You were listening. So do the Pelicans. Talk about Brandon Ingram, in or out, what that does.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to what happens with Ingram. I mean, if he's in, not the best spot here for the Pelicans. I mean, he has been playing pretty well, actually, as of late. But I don't know. Like, the injury does concern me a little bit. So if he's in, I probably won't have much exposure to the Pelican side. Maybe Valanciunas, regardless, is like a last guy in, though. I'm not going to like make Valanciunas a core play. But if he's out, yeah, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Valanciunas, Devontae Graham would probably get a big boost, 3.7K. He would probably have a chance to start. So if he's in, not a very appealing spot here. If he's out, probably three guys that are in play. And then on the Grizzlies side, I think you can get some low-owned options here. I don't think many people will be on Ja tonight. I think if people are spending up, they're going to go to Giannis or maybe KD. I think Ja comes in lower owned, especially coming off the kind of down performance last time out. Desmond Bane is a tournament play tonight. Big time upside. We saw it last game, 42 fantasy points, 36 before that. Just a solid player, and it runs hot. I mean, when he starts hitting shots, like he just gets it fully going. And then Steven Adams had been playing well. I know it's kind of Big T's play on Sunday night, and he went off for 55 fantasy points. They're going to need him against Valanciunas. I don't think many of these guys will be owned, so I think some solid tournament options. And then on the Pelicans, it all depends what happens with Ingram.
Nicholas goes, Hoop always getting blown up on air, phone or text.
It's nonstop, man.
I think it's me. I just blew you up.
It's you, man, going. I
blew him up with I posted in our cash chart channel.
Okay. It wasn't gym shorts. It was there it is. Yeah,
there's a gym shorts one though. I think
there is a gym shorts one. That is a good one though too.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's better. I gotta find it for sure.
You see it, Title?
Yeah, I do. Wow, great. They were so small. Grayson and Court, they're so small in that one. But Big T says that he wore nice Air Maxes for his wedding. So I guess you can't be surprised with anything anymore with Big T. Hey, yeah, he got his house under control. There's no doubt about that. Big T.
He runs the ship. There's no confusing what's going on in that household. He absolutely runs the ship. There's no doubt.
The biggest compliment you can give a man.
Yeah, I give Big T full credit on that. I mean, the dude runs the ship. I mean, he laid a great foundation, and now he reached the benefits of it.
Yep, man. I'll head over to you. Have you dove in? Brandon Ingram, that's the big news in this game. If he's in, is it a stay away? If he's out, you got to go to some pieces. What do you see?
Yeah, I'm deep in the Big T photos, by the way. I got him in an orange polo and a suit jacket on. It's just
we're gonna need it. We're gonna need a replacement. Man, going so deep in something else and this show, not a multitasker. So we might need a reliever on this one, man.
These are so good. But no, I do actually like this game. So let's talk about it. I mean, I did the bet show, so I'm pretty prepared to talk about this one. So Brandon Ingram can easily sit because of the hamstring. And if he does, CJ McCollum, like, I notice a lot of optimals right now. Like, they're kind of jamming in Landry Shamet. And, like, I don't know. Like, Landry Shamet's fine. Don't get me wrong. You might see him on some of my teams. I'm sure he's on the cash chart, too. I understand it. It's a good spot to punt. But it's a way to be different with CJ McCollum at the shooting guard position at 9.1K. So he's someone that I specifically am looking to play DFS-wise at 9.1K. I also think that if Brandon Ingram sits, Jonas Valanciunas at 7.5, that's another great spot for him. Jackson Hayes at 5K. I think that would help him too for his rebound rate as well. So a lot to like here. And I wouldn't be surprised if JT Hayes' boy, Tony Snell, slides into the starting lineup. That way they're able to have Devontae Graham still come off the bench with that nice role that he has. So I do think this Brandon Ingram news is really important. On the flip side, I know it's a Steven Adams and Jonas Valanciunas revenge game. I'm not as excited for Steven Adams. I was kind of on board with Big T. Loved the Steven Adams call by him the other day too. He got really good exposure to him. I got good exposure, but I didn't have enough Jokic. Big T had the core with Jokic and Adams, so that's what you get when you sign up at Run Pure Sports. You get that Big T core. You also have Jaren Jackson, who he's 6.8K, which I don't think I love here as much as some of these other guys. I think I'd rather go to a Jackson Hayes instead for 1.8K cheaper. And then in Ja Morant, you can make the argument Herb Jones, he's great at defending, but he has struggled at guys driving it against the rim. So I think that Ja Morant is a good spend up on this slate. Just kind of depends how it fits with your lineups because he's definitely hard to get in there, especially if you play a Giannis at 12K. So like Ja Morant, and I like Desmond Bane too at 6'5". Another way to be contrarian at the shooting guard position with a guy like Desmond Bane at only 6'5" if you don't want to spend that full-on salary for CJ McCollum. So I don't think this is a game that I'm like stacking completely, but I think I'm taking pieces on each side for sure. And I think it's a good game to get exposure to.
Uncle T's in there saying that I'm asking for the smoke from Big T. Those are compliments, Uncle T, and that's how Big T take. Big T texting me right now, like he appreciates that. Like you're paying respect as a married family man. That's paying respect to a man that has done it right.
Yeah, that's the biggest compliment you can give a man. And I see another looks like man coming into this stream, so I don't see him yet. Waiting to get interrupted. Holden.
Why is Holden on here? Is he?
He must have just clicked the link early. That would be my guess. He probably thinks it's 6:30, not 5:30.
Yeah. I don't know. I was expecting a comment or something, but he actually probably clicked the link. So next game on the slate. Actually, first, we got 2 games left. 178 likes. We need 250. I don't get nervous too. There he is. There's Holden. Holden, the floor is yours. Say something.
I just wanted to come in.
Oh, he is here.
Yeah, poor Mangone. He's just too locked in. I know how it is, Travis. I've been there, buddy. If you need to take a few minutes off to go look at the picks, I'm 100% fine with it. I will, you can get my amazing NBA breakdowns. It'll be so sensational. So I just hopping on to help Mangone out, Title. You all right, Mangone?
Yeah, well, actually, I do have to pick a winner. So JP did this. You know what he did? He said, if Mangone picks a winner, I'm going to make it 3 tickets. So he upped the ante to even more. So I do have to sift through and do that a little bit. I don't know, Holden. Maybe you can take some time to tell the people why they should sign up for Run Pure Sports and check out the final countdown with you because you always are bringing all the news and all the winners.
It's not even worth discussing. It's so amazing. Hoop knows. Hoop talks about it all the time. I just want to make sure to break in, stop the flow of the show. Title is doing such a great job of hosting. But again, looking at Big T in those white shoes, it's got Mangone a little distracted. And again, you guys, Hoop, you need a little help, you let me know right now, pal, because if not, I'm just going to go back to prepping for the show.
I'm just upset that I don't get to see Holden next next weekend.
Let me tell you something.
Are you
change the plans?
Well, so I'm going back this weekend to take care of my dad, which leaves next week open, but the flights are now $900 and I'm not paying $900 to go to the party.
Talk to me.
Oh, who?
Maybe. Well, I mean, I don't
even know if I could
actually, you know what? The wife's coming, so I might have to reconsider that.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
You
flights are crazy though, but Holden's got to get out there.
You give and then you taketh away. All right, Mango.
We need you.
I bought you 4 minutes of looking at the pictures. Are you done so we can get back to actual content?
Well, now I'm reading wedding things. And one of my favorite comments.
Hi guys. We'll see you on the final countdown.
He goes, Mango would be too busy waiting for the late news edge and miss his wedding. So
hey, honey, we got a late swap opportunity. Can we postpone this thing for 45 minutes till the 8 p.m. Eastern games lock?
You're definitely still a favorite to play a DFS sport on your day of your wedding, Mango. And I don't know what sport's going to be going on, but you will have action on some DFS sport. That yes. I do know.
Yeah, we even had someone say, "Can we get Mangone's wedding at 0.75 speed?" So let's slow it down.
0.7. That's a good one.
There's some really good comments.
That is really good.
That is good. Well, yeah, holding actually might have helped the people out a little bit because the likes, I said that. Now we're at 202 likes and we got 2 games left. 250 is the number. But we'll get into it and hit that big red subscribe button while you are at it. Appreciate you stopping in, Holden. Next game on the slate, though, this game locks at 8 p.m. Eastern. Milwaukee Bucks, OKC Thunder, 231 total. Bucks are favored by 13.5. Going to the OKC side, Giddey, Lou Dort, Kenrich Williams, Ty Jerome, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Derek Favors, Mike Muscala are all out. Isaiah Roby is questionable. On the Bucks side, Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, Brooke Lopez, George Hill are out. But as you guys have alluded to, there's been talks that the Bucks might sit some guys. Big favorites. It's against OKC. They played some pretty hard games recently against the Suns. They had a battle. You never know if the Bucks do sit someone. This game's at 8 p.m. Eastern on an island. The next game's at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is the last one. The other game, 7:30 and 7. So who knows when we'll get this news? It'll be interesting if anyone does sit because no one's even questionable. Hoop, I'll go to you. Actually, no, I'll go to Mangone. Since Mangone, you're on the bet show. You've talked about this game and stuff for a while. Do you think some of the Bucks do sit like a Drew, a Middleton? Because if so, you're going to want Giannis. There is going to be Wara would be very good value. Bobby Portis. So this is important. What are your thoughts on what the Bucks are going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think for sure like they sit, but what I do think is I kind of want to be like a little prepared for it. Like I said, I think some of these Cavs plays are good. I think some of these Suns plays are good, but I'm not just going to ruin my entire flexibility. What I feel like I want to do going into like the 7:30 and 8 o'clock games is I want to have like maybe 4 or maybe max 5 spots locked up. Like, that's why I think like the one thing I like about like the Suns today is you're seeing a lot of 3 and 4 of them in optimizers. I kind of like the idea of only going maybe 3 Suns or even 2, and then like maybe just 1 Cav. That way I have flexibility and I have a different build with really good players. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I do think there's a chance that some of these guys do sit. Giannis could easily be a really good raw spend up point play. Even if he only played 3 quarters, he could easily be the winner because if the value plays get there, well, then you might need those raw points. I also think Jordan Nwora is a really good value play in this game at 3.1K. Jordan Nwora is someone that not only can he play if the game is close, but he can play if it's a blowout too and get really good runs. So I think there's like not a lot of ways where he fails today where I like him. And even if he does fail at 3-1, like if he fails at 3-1, you can easily get by, right? We always talk about that. There's a big difference between being 3-1 and being 4-3. Like Malik Beasley's a great example. The other day at 3-2, Malik Beasley went for like 28 DK points and he was an absolute smash and a guy you liked having on your teams. But yesterday he only went for around like low 20s at 4-2. And like, that just wasn't enough. So that's a really key that I look at. That 3.1K price tag is really appealing to me. If a Drew Holiday sits, Middleton, Giannis, they're both good plays. If a Middleton sits, Holiday and Giannis are great plays. You know what that means when one of these guys sits. They're definitely going to be guys you want to jam onto your teams. And then if a Giannis did sit, I think a lot of people, they'd be locked into DeAndre Ayton. They'd be locked into Evan Mobley. They'd be locked into Kevin Love. And you know what that means? Bobby Portis is someone that won't be owned. And if you had Giannis miss, Bobby Portis against the OKC Thunder would be a really good spot. And there's also news on the other side with the Thunder that Roby is questionable. And if Roby misses, well, Big T's boy, Oliver Sarr, would come into play. He had 27 DK points the other day in 20 minutes against Utah. He could certainly have a good game. And for his cheap price tag of 3.4K, definitely a value play that I would be wanting to look to get onto my teams. And then Poku at 5.6, he feels like a better play than Bazley to me. They're very similar price tags, but the reason why I think Poku is better is he's definitely kind of come into his own. And on top of that, if the game does blow out, which it has a massive spread, Poku is way safer than a guy like Bazley to get that run because he's a guy that they're kind of developing a bit. So a lot to like here. I don't love spending that price tag on SGA today. If you tell me SGA or John Morant, give me John Morant over SGA today. And if you do play him, make sure to play one of those Bucks studs ran back. I think that's really important if you do play Shai Gilgeous.
I agreed with everything until you said Ja over Shai. I'm going with Shai, SGA in this one. I mean, his usage, I talked about, he is my play of the day on Sunday. His usage is just out of this world. And yeah, the minutes, they're really good, obviously, when it's a close game. It's concerning, obviously, with the spread. But, man, he can still get there in 3.5 quarters. And his upside, it just has the ball in his hand so much. So I personally like SGA more than Ja. I think he does make sense in this game at 10-6, especially if a Drew or a Middleton or someone gets ruled out. Because Middleton's only 7-4. Drew's only 7-6. Like, I think those prices are fine, even if they're fully healthy for the Bucks, if this game did stay close. So if someone gets ruled out, you're really going to want some spots available on your roster to play these guys. They'd be smashed spots. Wara, Bobby Portis, all those guys. And I agree with you about the Roby call. If he's in, I think he's interesting. And if he's out, Poku, Sar, Baisley, these guys all get a big bump. So I'm with you there. Hoop, I'll go to you. It's pretty tough. I mean, like, we don't know. Like, the Bucks guys aren't questionable. They could get ruled out. If they're in, do you have interest in this game? Obviously, if they're out, you will. But talk about if they're in.
Yeah, you guys did a great job breaking that down. I got some breaking news, though. Our boy, Big Rob Record, won a milli last year. Member over at Run Pure Sports. Big T reached out to him about potentially doing some content. His first article just released on the homepage at runpuresports.com and free. This is a hell of a breakdown. I mean, this is a phenomenal article. I just pulled it up. Big T texted me and wanted to let everyone know it's on the site, on the homepage, and free. And I'm just going through this, and we might need to put this thing behind the paywall. This is like phenomenal. Free breakdown. Right, yeah, it's great. So head on over there and check it out. It's free. Might text Big T and tell him to put it behind the paywall because this thing's so damn good. I'm
gonna post it in the chat right now in the YouTube chat. So there it is.
Yeah,
he's got weather screenshots. He's got a bunch in here.
Everything. I mean, this thing can't. It's free. I'll tell you what. If it stays free this week, next week it's not going to be free because this is wow, great job on his part. So he's going to do a little work with us. He did a show with Big T, I believe, last week. His role will hopefully continue to grow. But
he's got a core down there too for the people. The core is in that article as well.
You got to.
He also has a weather breakdown. I'm seeing some charts of the thunderstorms and everything.
You didn't listen. You didn't listen to what I just said, man. Go.
No, I'm too busy looking at Rob's article.
We're all too deep into the article to pay attention about anything else. But this is great work by him. I mean, phenomenal breakdown. It's free this week, and after looking at this, we're here for the people. Don't get me wrong, but I can't imagine that this is going to remain free on the website week after week. So check it out this week while it is free. In terms of this game, I think all these guys do play because they're already relatively thin. I mean, they have a lot of guys that are already out. The big name guys aren't out, obviously, but they're, look at this bench. I mean, they don't really have anyone. So, yeah, it is it's a 14-point spread here, but I still do have interest in this Bucks team. I mean, are they likely to blow out the Thunder? Yeah, sure. But I mean, these guys can get it done. And it is a smaller slate too, 6 games. So even in a blowout, these guys could find themselves in with good fantasy performances. Nuora at 3.1K is a great value as well. Middleton's been very steady, good price tag on Middleton as well. And Drew and Giannis. I mean, they're fine plays. And I think they do all play. And their rotation kind of thin at this point. I mean, this bench is super weak. On the Thunder side, who's questionable? Roby?
Yep.
If he were to sit, I mean, Baisley would get a little bit of a boost, potentially this Sar guy, but, not a spot where I want to come. Thunder against the Bucks. It just seems super, super risky for me. I'm not going to play SGA tonight. I'll take my chances elsewhere with the spend. So yeah, I like these Bucks guys. I don't think anyone's a core for me on the Bucks side. Nuora I think is my favorite play. What was your take on this title? Sorry, I was reading the article.
No, I think the Bucks I'm not sure they're gonna sit. Even if they play though, Drew Holiday's price, Middleton's price, Wara's price, they're all good price where I can play them even if they all play. So if one of them are out, they're just elite plays. Yeah. We saw last game or on Sunday when Giannis was in foul trouble. Middleton had one of the best games he's had. He's coming off that. Drew's been playing really good basketball. So I think they can get there, one of the guys, even if no one's ruled out. So I think they're good prices. I don't have a lean whether they're going to, I don't really look into the NBA slate throughout the day. So much changes. So I come on here, see on the show, there's chatter about it. It makes sense, but hopefully we get the news. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 hour after lock. Hopefully Bud wouldn't just pull a fast one on us, 15 minutes until game time. He says something. You have to expect to get the news. That's how I'm approaching it. We got Uncle T. He hit me up, Mango, and he said he's going to be on the hardwood tonight. Uh-oh. Big T or Uncle T's in the gym too now. Are you a little nervous?
No. I should get to the gym. Maybe I'll go tonight. We'll have to see.
Are you telling me you've done all this and you have not prepared at all? You're just doing all this talking? You have to be doing
I got info. Mangone's been putting in some work apparently.
I knew he was, but I wanted to see him admit it. I don't have any info, but there's no way he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Come on, Mangone, tell the people. Anything you can tell the people what you've been doing?
No, I'm not gonna tell anyone what I've been doing. I'm sitting here eating Arby's. We got the meats.
He's on the Big T diet. He's heading to Big T's house, so he's getting on the diet ahead of time.
Big T and Mangone in a group chat, talking back and forth what they can do, how to get better. I like it. I like this. I'm excited for it. Maybe add Hoop to it. Then you guys got the Hoop, Mangone, and actually Mangone, or Hoop doesn't want you to win, Mangone. Do you have any action on me and Big T Hoop?
I mean, if the line's even money, I'm putting a house on title. So
yeah, Hoop, maybe get JSU in that group chat then, and then you three can cheer for each other every game. But Mangone's doing stuff. I knew he was. I don't have any inside information, but Rubio, you better get doing something too. All I see in Discord, he's ordering Shamrock Shuffles. He's ordering Chick-fil-A shakes. He's ordering all this stuff from Uber Eats. So I'm getting a little nervous about what's going on with Rubio. That's enough of that though. What? 10 more likes. We got one game left. You guys get it done by the time we're done with it. Los Angeles Clippers, Golden State Warriors, 222.5 total. Golden State is favored by 5.5. This game's at 10 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours after all the other ones. Again, Rubio will have the Showdown playbook up as always. Absolutely printing. I see people doing in the Showdown. So make sure you check it out. He always posted in Discord and on the Showdown side of the site. On the Clippers side, Paul George, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, all out. Nothing new there. As far as the Warriors, they get back their big guys today. They were the news of the slate yesterday, but Steph's playing, Clay's playing. However, Otto Porter was ruled out. Andre Iguodala out. Draymond out. Gary Payton isn't going to play either. So they still have some injury news. Hoop, I'll go to you. Like a Kevon Looney, Jordan Poole absolutely went off yesterday, but now with all these guys back, it's tougher to play them.
Yeah, not the most appealing game here. I mean, the Warriors, obviously, they've been disappointing in terms of wins and losses, and there's just no continuity right now. I think they kind of need Draymond back to kind of, get everything going again, and it just hasn't been good as of late. I don't see anything in terms of a play here. I mean, all their guys are back tonight. They provided the value last night, but tonight, not so much. What was Otto Porter out, Gary Payton? I don't know. It's just nothing here for me. On the Clippers side, I don't know. I don't really like anything here either. I think this is kind of a game I'm going to be off of. I keep playing Marcus Morris and he keeps sucking. So why am I even wasting my time? I'll just play someone else. So nothing here. I'm not paying the 8.6 for Reggie Jackson. I know he's been playing well, but I'm not paying that price tag for him. I don't know. I actually don't see any plays in this game.
No, I'm with you. I don't think it's a great game. Mangone, I'll go to you. What do you see in it?
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this game. I'll just say, wish AP a happy birthday. Get in the Discord chat. Him with the happy birthday. DM him, NBA chat. Make sure to hit the @ Like JT Hayes says, we love when we just see all the ats flying in the Discord chat. So hit @AP with a happy birthday because it's his birthday today. But don't got anything to really say about this game. I like the other ones. This is one that I just think I'm going to hope that I'm out in front and I'm in first place and people can try and catch me. And I hope this game blows out.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you and agree with you on that. Last game, not the best game. The other 5 games definitely are better, we think. You guys got the likes, 254 likes. So it is time for the plays of the day. Mangone, Sweet Travis, I'm going to head to you. What is your play of the day?
Yeah, so obviously, he could get chalkier if the news hits, but I'm kind of thinking maybe you don't get the news right on time and people aren't able to adjust. We still have tons of time. We haven't gotten the news on Ingram, but I'm going with CJ McCollum. I just see a lot of teams right now currently spending down at the shooting guard position where I want to spend up. I think spending up on a CJ McCollum, you could really just fall into a really good scenario where people are locked into Shamit and they can't go over to a guy like CJ McCollum. And if the news doesn't hit right and you want a different play, Desmond Bane at 6'5", I think is a really good one too. But the whole point I'm getting at is I think that Landry Shamet is a really good guy to leverage today. And I think the best guy to do it with is CJ McCollum. And you can play him even if Ingram's in. He still could have a really big game against Memphis.
I like it for sure. I'll go to myself with the SO play of the day. It's not going to be a 5% or anything, but DeAndre Ayton at 6.6K. I'm seeing he's 15%, 20%. The projection seems a little lower than what I think it should be. There's a lot of other Suns that are going to be popular. It's not like I said, he's going to be in the single digits, but I think he gets overlooked a little bit for the situation that they have. I expect him to be very aggressive, have his way down low. 6.6K, he absolutely can break the slate. So DeAndre Ayton's going to be the SO play of the day. The mom's basement. DC's not here. The rich parents play of the day. Who do you got?
Off slate to kind of find like the hidden gems. I mean, it's only 6-game slate. We have some really good value spots. I'll go back to the first game. I mean, I'll go Kevin Durant. I don't think he'll be all that highly owned tonight. I think a lot of people go to Giannis and maybe, elsewhere for a spend. I'm going to go Kevin Durant. I think he torches this Hornets team. I think the Nets kind of start to roll here a little bit. You got Durant, you have Kyrie, the two best players on the court in this game, like the Nets as well. So give me Kevin Durant, rich parents play of the day.
Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, CJ McCollum, the plays of the day. Obviously, guys got to watch the Up to Lock show. Who knows? News is going to hit. Brandon Ingram news will hit when they're on the show. Who knows what other news we're going to get? Is the Bucks going to come? People expected LeBron to play yesterday. He was ruled out. So much can change in the NBA, as we know. So the Up to Lock show, very, very essential part of the process. Discord, if you have all the questions, we answer them in there. Playbook, cash chart, core plays, everything up on the site. Make sure you check in for the golf show tonight with Hoop, Snyder. Is it AP as a third?
Me, Snyder, AP. And check out that free article from Rob Record. I mean, just and I hate to bring it up again. I don't hate to bring it up again because it's so damn good. Right there on the homepage at Run Pure Sports, free article, great breakdown. Rob's going to continue to do more on the PGA side for us.
Yeah, so some people in chat were asking where it was. If you just go to Run Pure Sports, right on the homepage, you'll see it. It's a big thing. So you'll see it. Make sure you click on it. Check out, Snyder, Hoop, AP. Wish AP a happy birthday in Discord in the YouTube chat later on the show. That's going to do it, though. Fun 6-game slate. Up to Lock show. We'll see you in the Discord. Hit that big like button, that big red subscribe button on your way out. Fun show. That's going to do it for us, though. For Hoop, Mangone, myself, Titletown. Good luck, everybody.